Good afternoon, it is Trader James on Tuesday, July 1st. Some afternoon trading today. Just got back from a camping trip, unpacked, and decided to sit down and see what the markets were doing. Traded yesterday a bit, just on the laptop, and then today back at it. So 3 trades total, 1 win, which was an 8R win. Ended up only being 8R because it locked me out automatically. I have my account lock me out at a Daymaker. It would have been a 10R, but definitely happy with getting my Daymaker regardless. 2 losses. The first one, respectable loss. It was actually the same entry, same idea as my winning trade, just got stopped out too early. And then one of the losses was a bit of a FOMO entry, a little bit of a revenge trade after that first loss. So the loss that was appropriate, the loss that was a FOMO trade, and then back in on that what I initially thought was going to happen for that 8R to get me to 6R on the day, which is where my account automatically liquidates. And then I am done. So some good setups here. It's nice clean price action actually this afternoon. You can see we've got like a nice 5-minute downtrend here, double inside bar. You could have gone short here, for example, looking for the 5-minute lower high, take that short on the break of that inside bar, put your stop above that one, or I usually have 10-point stop. I find that's appropriate, and that would have worked there for a nice follow through. You could have I go for about 30 points. You could have gone down to 5-minute oversold. You could have gone just scaling with the 5-minute highs, and then you would have got knocked out at 33 points. So definitely some nice trades there. And then the bounce play that I took off of oversold, and then there's a 5-minute trend change here where you could have gone long again for a nice, take the entry there, and you would have definitely got a nice trade there, 30 points. So I'll go into the trades themselves. So I have them kind of marked up here. So this first trade here, I entered with the break of this inside bar. Looking for the long. We came down to 5-minute oversold. I was looking for the break. We also had a trend line break on the 5-minute RSI. It came up, barely broke it, and then came back down, knocked me out, and I was like, all right, that was really frustrating. And I jumped almost immediately back in. I just market ordered into a trade down here looking short. All right, I'm like, well, maybe we're just gonna have a little rinky-dink 5-minute lower high and then continue. So I just market ordered in, not appropriate, shouldn't have done that, not part of my trading plan. If anything, I should have had an entry below the inside bar as my initial entry, but with being 5-minute oversold there, I really shouldn't have been looking short anyway. We're not, we're barely below yesterday's low. It's not like the markets are crashing right now, so to go short right at oversold, not usually the greatest idea. But then I did get that loss, and then I recentered myself. I said, all right, I really like this long here. We've got the 5-minute inside bar, which is a good spot to play off of. We have off of the 5-minute oversold. We're just looking for a 15-minute lower high, a 5-minute lower high on any bounce. So I'm not looking for a big, giant move here. But I'm looking for about 30 points. I ended up getting out at about 29.25 or whatever, and that's about where I got out on all of them. So I'll go in. My first entry was the break of that inside bar. I think actually it was like something like that. I think it was more over there. Anyway, my second entry was at 10 points right here. So I entered in there. Now my stop loss is moved up from 10 points below my initial entry to my initial entry. So keeping my risk exactly the same. I then had a third entry. We came down on this 5-minute candle and then back up. So then I entered right there. Moved my stop up yet again. My stop was just below this candle, so it was still the equal 1R risk. And then I added one more position because we kind of stalled out here for a minute, and then before moving higher I decided, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna add one more position, and I was able to add it. And with my average price being somewhere around here, I put my stop there as well. It was a very tight stop, didn't give it a whole lot of wiggle room, but it was essentially adding a risk-free entry on that trade. Now I definitely didn't have to. I would have hit my take profit regardless, because my take profit was up here. I just got knocked out a little bit sooner. There was an extra 12.5 points. So it was basically, if I let it run up to my take profit, it would have been, was it like a 7-hour trade instead of an 8-hour trade roughly. So happy with that. I was just looking for that 5-minute lower high, the 15-minute lower high, but now that we have a 5-minute trend change here, might shape up a little bit of a move higher at the end of the day. Who knows? We only have a few more minutes left though at the end of the day. But yeah, so one loss on that long there. Looking at the 5-minute inside bar break, a poor entry market entry in. Looking for the short, should have waited for that consolidation of this candle, which wouldn't have happened, so I wouldn't have had that short at all, and then re-entry to what I thought was going to happen there, and then let that play out, keeping my risk with each ad exactly the same. So initially it was a 10-point stop, then it was a 5-point stop, then it was a 3.5 point stop, and then my last entry I was able to put my stop basically at break even. So happy with that trade. 6R on the day. Have any questions, give me a shout. I'm happy to hear what your questions, comments, concerns, anything. I will be happy to chat. Have a good one.